is Canadian real estate market in a bubble right now? I think it depends upon who you're going to ask. If you ask a typical realtor, they will tell you the real estate market is good in the moon, guys. Like, it never crashes. It never crashes. It's the safest investment for you. Just trust me. Okay. If you ask an economist in the mainstream media, they'll tell you right now it's tough time, but in mid of this year the rates are going to cut down. Bank of Canada has no choice but to cut down rates. Okay, because this is how they're going to sustain the debt levels. And when it happens, then the home prices will go up. That's typical narrative that you will see in the mainstream media. But let's explore in this video whether this is a bubble or not, and I'll present to you some facts, some charts, some data, and I'll let you be the judge and make your own decision about that. Okay, so let's take a look at this chart right now. So this is basically a very famous chart that shows you how the asset bubbles are created, what are the phases, and what path it follows. Okay, so you might have seen this chart many times on Twitter, on Reddit, on any other social media platforms, right? It's a very famous chart. So what it shows you here is the stealth phase is where the smart money goes into an asset class. It could be Bitcoin, it could be gold, it could be stocks, it could be SPAC, it could be real estate, any asset class. Okay, so when it passes that phase, then it goes into the awareness phase, right, where the institutional buyers get into this market. And then it goes into the mania phase, where everybody and their mother start piling up their money into this asset class and will push that asset class all the way to the top, to the moon, right? Literally. And from there, it reaches its peak. That's the peak. It will not go up further. Okay, from there, it starts going down. And people will say, okay, I'm having a heart attack because now it's going down. But then people start buying again because it's a dip, right? Jim Cramer, buy. Right? Buy the dip. People start buying again. And then it goes up, and then people say, oh my God, it's back up again. The life is back. But then it's a bull trap. And then from there, it takes a literally nosedive down to the bottom. Okay? Fear, capitulation, and to the bottom. Now, if you look at this chart, it's a Case-Shiller index from the US. So that tracks the US average home price across the country. How similar does it look to you from the previous chart? Very similar, right? So it goes, from the stealth phase all the way to the peak. It takes a dip, then goes up, and now it is coming back again. So maybe it's at the fear level. Now look at this chart. It's a real Canadian home prices. So how similar it is? Very similar, right? Now it looks like it is also at the fear stage. Now if you look at the Terranet home price index, right, that also shows you the same trend, even though it's not real prices. It's basically the home price index. If you ask me, okay, what is the one single parameter that I can take a look at it to understand whether this is a bubble or not? I know you will say, oh no, wait, hang on a minute, Yasin. Are you saying that the house prices are going to crash when there is no inventory, when there is no supply? Like, we have structural supply shortages in this country. Don't you know that? And we have brought 2 million people in this country in the last 2 years. And we are still going to bring 500 permanent residents in this country for the next years to come. With that level of immigration, don't you know that we need places to live? And you're saying that the house prices will crash? Are you crazy? You're right. With all of these reasons, we think that house prices will sustain or at least go up, right? But yes, we have immigrants coming into this country. Yes, they need places to live, but they also need income to justify the home prices. Okay? No matter how many shortages we have, no matter how many structural supply issues we have, no matter how many low inventory levels we have, no matter how many people we have to bring in this country to live, you need to sustain these prices with the level of income. Okay? It's not that hard, guys. It's very simple. So if you look at this chart, that chart compares the real house prices in Canada compared to the real median income. And then it is also comparing this with the US as well. And look at that. Look at that, just this Canadian chart. It's off the chart right now, right? The level of deviation from the median income levels is unparalleled. Like, we haven't seen this level of deviation from any other country, to be honest. Canada is in a unique situation where we see the house prices are so inflated compared to the household income. It is not comparable to pretty much any G7, or G10 countries. That's how messy it is. And now you're telling me that even though we have 2 million people coming in, this chart would continue to go up? I don't think so, because you need incomes to sustain at this level. Otherwise, this will follow the same path as we saw in the asset bubble formation. Okay, so either the income level has to come up to reduce that gap, or the house prices has to come down to reduce the gap. That's the only way we can find equilibrium. And this is the basic fundamental, guys. Like, I'm not, giving you anything new right now. I'm not inventing anything. It is the basic fundamental. House prices are a derivative of the income levels. If the incomes are flat in real terms, if not going down, then it has to be adjusted according to that. Okay, you will say, house prices will go up. Yes, it may go up in nominal terms, but in real terms, it will not, as long as the income catches up. Because you may find, if you go to Venezuela or Argentina, you will see the house prices have never come down, have never crashes. Why? Because it is not adjusted with inflation. It's nominal prices that keep going up, but their purchasing power is being eroded because of the inflation issue. Now, in Canada, we have high inflation as well. Don't believe on Stats Canada's number. They are bogus. I know that how much price we are paying on the pump, at the grocery stores, on our school kids' tuition fees. We know that how expensive it is. So inflation is too high. And if we adjust that house price with inflation, we know the real prices are not going up and they're coming down. Anyway, these are just my thoughts sharing with you. You let me know what you think about that, and put your comments down below. I want to hear from you as well. What do you think about that? Are you going to believe a typical realtor or mainstream economist that the house prices will continue to go up? It's going to go to the moon? Or you believe these fundamentals and put your capital in a way that you can protect yourself from a downside risk? And if you have invested into real estate, multiple properties, consider selling them now, because things are not looking good for future. Anyway, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think about that. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.